Hello and welcome to a new week in a new Realm News Flash. I am your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. Today is December 12th, 2024. This Realm News Flash is 100% about the Garden Awakens. I will be reporting the latest that Mojang has released on the Pale Garden since it dropped on December 3rd last Tuesday. Then I will be telling you about my experience with the Pale Garden. Lastly, I will wrap up the show by telling you what you can expect to hear this Thursday on Realm News. Alas, shall we start the show, my friends? Let's start with the news. Many, if not all of you, are aware that the Pale Garden has officially dropped into the overworld. This became official on December 3rd, and they named it The Garden Awakens. This was also accompanied by a new soundtrack called Infinite Amethyst. It sounds amazing. Created by Jukio Kallio. According to Spotify's biographical summary on him, allow me to quote Spotify. Quote, Japan-born Finnish composer and singer-songwriter Jukio Kallio makes music that leaps between intimate minimal pop to life-affirming ambient compositions and diverse world-building soundtracks. Kallio's widely recognized distinct sound in video games and prolific personal production hails from his cozy studio in a corner of a small forest in Helsinki. End quote. I thought that was just great. Just a brief summary on this amazing composer, singer, / songwriter. I enjoy hearing more about these amazing musicians that contribute to this amazing game. To me, music is a big deal in Minecraft. It really sets the mood. They have always done an amazing job picking artists to make the music for this game. I hope you all enjoyed that small, very brief bio on Kallio. Go check out that song. Now moving on. The same day that The Garden Awakens was released, Mojang also released an amazing 43-second animated video on that. I really get enjoyment watching their animated promos to these new drops, like the Bundles of Bravery video found on YouTube. Next, Minecraft and Twitch have teamed up to deliver a new mask called the Moss Mask, which I will say is pretty cool looking. They're also offering a new emoji called the emoji, which is your character running in circles with their hands in the air waving. It is rather comical. However, there's a catch. To access the Moss Mask, you just have to watch 10 minutes of Minecraft content on Twitch. And to get the new emoji, you have to subscribe or gift a Minecraft streamer on Twitch. Not too difficult, and if you're already on Twitch and are a Minecraft fan, well, then you should have no problem accessing these two new features. Moving on to the last piece of Pale Garden news. Minecraft has thrown the resin gauntlet to the ground for the entire Minecraft community to pick up. I am talking about their Pale Garden Global Community Challenge, or that's what I'm calling it. This challenge was announced and began on Thursday, December 5th, and it's not for the faint of heart. This is the global challenge I'm about to describe to you. You've got to defeat 75 million creakings and to place 50 million resin blocks, all of us combined around the world playing. If there are 9 resin clumps per resin block, that's what it takes, right? 9 resin clumps to form 1 resin block. Well, then that will take 450 million resin clumps to form 50 million resin blocks. That is an astonishing large amount of resin and creakings that we have to defeat. It looks like if the community completes these 2 challenges, then we will be rewarded. Placing all 50 million resin blocks will unlock the creaking emoji, and the defeating 75 million creakings will unlock Creaking Mask Character Creator item. I don't know exactly what that is, but it sounds really neat. I reread the Minecraft.net article titled The Garden Awakens Community Challenges, written by Christina Anderka, And I did not see a deadline for this. I just didn't. Perhaps I'm overlooking it, but I did not see one in that article, and I read it maybe 2 or 3 times. So I guess it will just remain a mystery. Perhaps it's just going to remain active until we reach those goals or until Mojang just decides to conclude it. But I don't know. I read it. Maybe somebody out there has information that I don't have access to that can email me at bio.link/realmnews and let me know, please. But to participate in these 2 challenges, all you have to do is load into a world. That's simple. Find a pill garden biome and start killing creekings and collecting resin to make resin blocks. Then build with them. You've got to place the resin on. I think you've got to place those resin blocks down. Like, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by saying build with them. And it's just really that simple, folks. You don't have to turn on anything special or sign up for anything. It will just automatically keep count of those blocks and the creekings that you defeat. With that said, I wish you all best of luck out there finding and defeating creekings. I have found a pill garden biome, but I have unfortunately not found a creeking. This brings me to my experience of the pill garden biome. I have finally found a pill garden biome, my friends, but I must admit, I had to look it up using chunkbase.com. And I am glad that I did because it turns out that these pill garden biomes are just extremely rare. In fact, I dare to say that they are rarer than the mushroom field biomes. Mushroom field biomes. I always call them mushroom field biomes. I love the word mushroom. Anyways, I do not know this for a fact. It just seems like they're rarer than those. The closest pill garden that I was able to locate in my empire is approximately 2,338 blocks away from my closest fort, which is my Valachian Forest Fort, and it is on the very edge of the Western Front. It is remote, so there was much uncharted land that I had to cross in order to access this pill garden. I will say this right now. I am glad that I broke down and cheated by looking up where the pill gardens were in my world, because these are so rare that I would have spent years naturally searching for these by foot and or boat. I think Mojang needs to add more pill garden biomes to the overworld or make these significantly bigger. Once I made it to my pill garden, I made a temporary underground fort right away. This biome, and by the way, folks, it took me a few Minecraft days to get to this pill garden, 2,000 blocks, probably a couple days, I think. But it was a treacherous journey to get there, and these things are in high elevation, so you have to go up. This biome is so hostile that I was lucky I didn't die in the process of trying to secure a shelter in this pill garden. But I was so happy when I found it. It's amazing. The developers did a great job creating a spooky ambience. The whole place is dead quiet. All you can hear are ambient sounds. And that gray sky is awesome. I love it. I love the entire aesthetic. I began to immediately break apart the pale moss and the pale hanging moss. I pulled out my enchanted iron axe and began to break blocks of pale oak wood. I have not had any time to build anything with this new pale oak wood set, but I cannot wait to use it. I have made some pale moss carpet, and I'm in love with it. I cannot wait to incorporate that into my palace when I get back home. I have been out in this pale garden biome fort since it has released into the game, and I have a feeling that I will be away from my empire and out in the wild of my realm for quite some time. Why? Well, I have some bad news to report. As great as it is to acquire the pale oak wood, the pale moss carpet, pale hanging moss, and eye blossoms, I really wanted to find a creaking heart and collect resin. That was my main goal, and I was dismally disappointed in the fact that I do not have a creaking heart in this specific pale garden biome. I was speaking to a Realm News follower on Twitter, and they told me that they had to travel to 4 different pale garden biomes in their world before they found one that generated or housed a creaking heart. I thought that was utterly insane. It does not seem right that we have to travel to multiple pale garden biomes in order to find a creaking heart and to have the full experience. These biomes are simply way too far away from your point of genesis. That does not make sense to have these biomes generate in this way. That is my personal opinion, but I know that I'm not alone. Many people have complained about the same issue that I'm talking about right there. Mojang also needs to make these biomes at least 3 to 4 times bigger than what they currently are. I believe that some of these are so small that they are not capable of generating a creaking heart. I saw one person on X post a photo of their pale garden, and it consisted of just one pale oak tree. That was it, and that's not a joke. My pale garden biome that I am in right now is pretty small. I wrote down the XZ coordinates. Altitude doesn't matter for this, so no Y. My first pale garden is 56 blocks or meters wide and 210 blocks long. That's approximately 11,760 meters squared. That is how big this pale garden is, which really isn't that big. I am currently planning on gathering up a good amount of provisions and fill my bundles up with supplies in order to leave my current pale garden fort and trek another 2,334 blocks to another pale garden that I located on chunkbase.com. From what I can see on this map, it appears that this pale garden is so much bigger than my current one. Topographically, looking down at it, I would say it is maybe 7 times larger in mass than the pale garden that I'm in right now. I will bring my dog along with me, of course, and we will build a new fort out there if all goes well. If not, then I will move on to the next pale garden until I find a creaking. I am determined. I hope that you are all having better luck finding the creaking than I am. It may sound like I'm upset that I haven't encountered it yet. Au contraire, I love the pale garden, and I enjoy my fort that I established there. I'll let you all know when I find a creaking. Now let's move on to the realm news. I would like to inform you what you can expect to hear this Thursday. Let's talk realm news. This Thursday we have an interesting episode. If you like glasswork or glass art, then you will probably enjoy this episode. I begin by covering poll time, which the poll time question this week is, do you like the bundle? It was a really good poll that you will not want to miss. It's in relation to the week previous. Sticking to the regular realm news modus operandi, we will transition over to the reel of the show, where I will be telling you all about the history of the glass bottle. You will learn about the ancient myth of how glass was discovered, a special flux called natron, and the Speyer wine bottle, the world's oldest sealed Roman wine bottle that is over 1,000 years old. It's truly fascinating. In fact, allow me to play you all a clip to this Thursday's episode titled Glass Bottle, Honey, Potions, Dragon's Breath, and Water Bottle. According to blog.bottlestore.com, glass bottles first made their appearance on the historical timeline around 1500 BCE in a place called Mesopotamia. It's not the first time I mentioned that on the show. Meso meaning between, and Potamos meaning rivers, meaning between rivers, which is referring to the region between and around the two rivers in the Middle East and parts of Asia. The two rivers being the Tigris and the Euphrates. This area today is also known as the Fertile Crescent, which is where the countries of Iraq, Turkey, Syria, and Kuwait are currently located. Back in ancient times, glass was created by using a material called natron, which natron is made of sodium carbonate decahydrate, sodium bicarbonate, and a little bit of sodium chloride and sulfate. If you are like me, then this is an alien language to you. I thought that was all just super interesting, and you will find out so much more this Thursday. The more episodes that I make, the more I realize just how important Mesopotamia was in human history. I found it interesting that glass was developed in this region and with the help of a flux called natron. I will have many more facts with glass bottles in the show, along with everything you will need to know about glass bottles in the Minecraft overworld. I look forward to seeing you all there in a couple days. With that said, folks, I have nothing else to report on today. I'm going to go discover this new pale garden biome so I can find some resin. Wish me luck. Please, wish me luck. I wish you all happy crafting, and I'll see you this Thursday. The Dark Lord, signing out. Hello, Realm News fans. I just wanted to pop back in here and just tell you all how much I appreciate you for listening to the show. It means the world to me that you tune in every week to hear me, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I am honored to be your host and to be able to deliver to you weekly original Minecraft content, with Realm News Flash and Realm News on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you enjoyed the show, I would love it if you would tell your friends about it and tell them to follow the show. Hit that like button and leave a comment. I know that on Spotify you can leave comments on individual episodes, same on Good Pods. I'm not sure on all the other podcast player platforms out there, but I appreciate the feedback, so please comment if you are able to. If you cannot comment wherever you listen to Realm News, then you can by following Realm News at either its Twitter, now X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or email, which is all found at bio.link/realmnews, which is all lowercase. Again, that is bio.link/realmnews. There you can also make a monetary donation by clicking on the Ko-Fi link. I put in about 30 hours a week in research, writing, editing, marketing, recording, social media, and much more in creating and keeping this show running. The donations would help me eventually give up my second job so I can focus more on this podcast and deliver more content with better quality to you. I understand times are tough, and I do not expect anyone to give me money. I'm just saying that if you are able to, it's much appreciated. However, you can show your appreciation by just listening, liking, following, or recommending the show, as I said earlier. That means much more than you would ever know. With that said, I wish you all happy crafting, and I look forward to talking to you at the next Realm News episode. The Dark Lord, signing out.